once I've had a good look around, I shouldn't dally much longer. Tanner's waiting for me at the wharf. Okay. Let's quickly save, just in case this whole thing goes south. There's a dining table. Such a large table. Does Zora have company often, or is it merely for show? Werewolf head. That's morbid. The severed and taxidermied head of a lycanthrope. It's not illegal to own such a thing, unfortunately, but it's the absolute nadir of bad taste. Nadir is lowest point. Yeah, that makes sense. I've seen such grotesqueries hanging on the walls of the wealthy before. Shrunken human heads, heads of minotaurs, kitsunes, and more besides. That's foxes, right? Trickster foxes, yes. Don't like that. There's an orchid. Orchid, there we go. Orchids are notoriously finicky plants, but this one seems to be thriving. I know of this variety. This particular variety serves as the national flower of Bruslavia, which I think is fictional. Like, it doesn't exist now. I don't know if it ever existed. So I'm gonna just assume it's fictional for now. Bookshelf. It appears Zora has interest in penny dreadfuls. Okay. Telegram. Here lies a telegram addressed to Madame Zora. Let's read it. To the distinguished Miss Zora Levitch. Lord Silas Braxton Bragg requires the pleasure of your company at the evening party, 7:30 on October the 31st. Aperitifs and digestives, I don't know how to pronounce that in like semi-English, I suppose, to be served. An unrolling of an acquisition from Thebes will entertain guests at 9:30, followed by a captivating and revelatory demonstration by Lord Braxton regarding his latest discoveries in the field of medical research. We unite in the name of progress and innovation. With kind regards, the estate of Lord Braxton. I very much doubt Madame Zora would miss a soiree like this one. I should meet with a tenor when I'm done here and make my way to Braxton Manor as well. Yes, when I'm done here with this. Painting? No, where are you going? I wanted to look at the painting. Ruins at dusk. Such artwork does line up with Zora being the pensive sort. Tableware. The details in these plates are quite precise. No wonder they're on display. Okay. There's plenty of stuff here. Let's take a look at the bedroom first. There's a bed. Crisp, clean linens with not a wrinkle in sight. It seems like Zora is as exacting in her private life as she is at the Rose. There's a perfume bottle. Fleur de Bulgarie, the same perfume used by Queen Victoria, if you believe the adverts. Titch ostentatious, I must admit. Let's have a sniff. Yeah, I mean, I expected as much. One might think a queen would choose something that smells less like a cup of Earl Grey. To each their own, I suppose. Do we take it with us? Sure. Let's take it with us. Bedroom view. The view is not particularly scenic, though it can hardly be helped with the sprawling orphanage across the way, monopolizing most of it. Still, Zora's done quite well for herself. Okay. There's a flask here. A flask of laudanum, nearly full. Perhaps Zora uses it to sleep. Let's take it. Everyone could use a bit of relief now and again. Let's take a look at that stuff. So there's that. That's plus 10 black bile. Sure. Let's use that. It feels wrong to be wearing Zora's distinctive scent, but I can't argue that it smells lovely. Okay. And... oh, continue. And laudanum, that's plus 3 blood. Sure. It's bitter, but tastes far better than expected. Let's continue. At least that's nearing some level ups, I suppose. Okay, over here's another portrait. That's on the outside, isn't it? Yes, it is. The engraving on the frame claims this to be Slavko II. What a dour-looking fellow. There's a writing desk and a padlocked door. Zora's writing desk. It's practically crying out to be searched. 64, please, come on. Just for once, I want to succeed one of those. There we go. There we go. We actually did it. In the drawer is an open letter addressed to Madame Zora. It appears to be quite new. Read the correspondence. It says here it was sent by one M. Orsini. Dear Sozo, I wish you'd hang up your pride and come home. The Levitch name still holds some sway, and Nana Angeli still has her legacy. I think if only you'd apologize to the man's family and cease this misinformed prejudice, I could make a case for your return to Pruslavia. Okay. I was never close to you, nor my own sister, given our discrepancy in age, and really you've been more of a sister to her than I ever was. But I ask you, on behalf of the family, to consider it. I have been writing to Ivy as well, and I know she has wanted to see her home again. I wish you would have told someone of your beliefs while you were here. You might have conversed about it rather than staying quiet and clinging to your status to protect yourself. We would love to have you back in Bruslavia, so please, at least write me back and tell me that you'll consider it. Kind regards, M. Orsini. So that's the same surname as the journalist. Orsini, as in Ivana Orsini. My, that does raise some questions. I need to speak to both Ivana and Zora post-haste. Okay. It seems Ivana and Zora are family. Cousins, perhaps, from what the letter says. I wonder if Zora has a stake in Ivana's newspaper as well. They are also Bruslavian nobility of some stripe. I'll have to track Zora down at the party tonight for a lengthy discussion. There is something else tucked into the farthest corners of the drawer. It's a locket of some sort, strung with a gold chain. Inside is a finely crafted portrait of a young boy, no more than 10 years old. An engraving on the exterior reads Damian Levitch, Zora's son. Saints, that certainly bears consideration and perhaps questioning. But how would I explain my knowledge of this to Zora without letting her know of my break-in? A padlocked door. This door is more heavily constructed than the rest of the house, and it's padlocked shut. Well, that's truly unnerving, isn't it? I suppose there are perfectly innocent reasons one might need a padlocked door, though I must say they escape me right now. Let's go with the second one. Whatever I do here, I'd best be careful. I don't want Madame Zora knowing there was someone snooping about the place. We could pick the lock, 81% with grace, or we could get a 62% chance by examining it first. Okay, but examining is not intrusive. I don't think by examining the door and failing, we're gonna like burn her place down or anything. Or we could just use the enchanted lockpick. Right. Enchanted lockpick. Seems to be a perfect fit. I can hear the driver pins slide into alignment. Yes, that did the trick. Oh, this is worrying as hell. Lichen salve. Oh, is she a lycanthrope or something? Deep gouges. Saints above, what a decidedly awful sight. No doubt about it. A prison cell of some kind. Grubby mattress. A lumpy flophouse mattress, which has certainly seen better days. Are those saliva stains? Drool? Or perhaps it's been chewed? No need to get any closer to that thing. I've got exactly as many fleas as I need. Lichen salve. A salve specifically made for werewolves to ease the unbearable itching and other symptoms of transformation they suffer around the time of the full moon. The chemist will only provide this with a physician's note. Please. Please. Why do I even hope? I can't make out the name on the label. It's worn away. And and all smeared with salve. Though this sheds some light on why Zora's been keeping a secret cell at the back of her flat, the jar's nearly used up. Is Madame Zora a werewolf? Manacles. A set of chains and manacles are bolted to the wall. These aren't remnants of times gone by. There's little rust and the scuffs are shiny with recent use. And there's a window. A barred window looking out onto the street. The bars are on the inside of the glass. This room is nobody's idea of a private getaway, but I'm sure it's more comfortable than a block at the tower. But why would Zora keep someone in here, and who would it be? One of the girls? A John? Herself? Are we going to be able to get out without being spotted? I have the sinking feeling that she's going to be standing in the room there. Can we please lock the door back up? No? Well. Cable Street. Come on. Let's have her not stand there, right in front of us. You scared me for a second there. Okay. Off we go then. Where to exactly? Let me take a look. Hope of the Comanche. That's at the Braxton place. Meet Tanner at the wharf. Okay, so that's just the wharf, the Braxton place, and just eventually over time. Okay, let's go to the wharf then. Off we go. All right. Let's see if we get there. Well, there's Green Street over there. There's Tanner. Hello, Tanner. There she is, my lady of the evening, the Spitfire detective, Clara Reed in full regalia. Detective? Why, that's right. I've heard from my sources that you've been running here, there and everywhere today, trying to topple the perpetrator of a ghastly set of murders, they say. By his sources he must mean Iron Bear. Likely he saw me as I was bustling about Soris Square. Your sources seem to be pulling your leg. Your sources were correct. I am doing my own research into the death of Ariana Luttrell. Your sources were correct. I've been tapped to assist in the case of the courtesan killer. I'll go with the second one. That seems like the... You know, it's on the one hand, it is honest. It's just, you know, you don't lie, you omit stuff. And it seems like something someone would do. Ariana Luttrell, a fellow worker at the Rose, and the woman whose life was taken last night. Right, I'm sorry, Sweet Pea. I should have realized you'd known her, that you had a personal connection to the case. It's fine. Tanner is the last person I'd expect to understand. Shouldn't we be going soon? Shall I tell the boatman we're all set? Afraid it'll be a bit of a trip up the river from here, and we won't be back in London till late. You ready to shove off, Spitfire? That's there, that's... Okay, right, that's because we did the part here, and I'm sure it's going to update once we're there. Fan collector, we're probably going to find a fan there, that's all. I think we're good. I'm ready, let's head out. Ready as I'll ever be. Better just get on with it. By the by, where's Iron Bear? Is he not joining us tonight? Right here, sorry for being tardy. Not a problem, my friend. You've made it just in time. Glad to hear it. Might I say, Miss Reed, I really picked a winner with that dress. I love all the frills and bits. Yes, Tanner, it's delightful. You have wonderful taste. Don't flatter me too much, my dear. I'll get big-headed. The river we are taking to reach the manor used to be called the Isis. In some parts, it is still known by that name. Is that so? Then let's hop to it. Maybe there's a casino on... Oh, I don't like what you're implying there. I hope you're not implying... Let's see what he's implying. Okay. I hope he himself wants a casino and is not implying that to Iron... a man who does not think for himself does not think at all. Okay. Otto. Otto, Chapter 11, Beggar's Lane. You decided to part ways with your friend and creator, Teddy Redgrave, over his recent contract to abduct a werewolf named Sykes. You owe this and many other new experiences to the Determination Core. Ever since it was installed, you've had access to complex decisions, and your mind has been flooded with questions. Okay, Beggar's Lane, so called, you imagine, due to the low status of its average resident, though it may well have been named after a famous person with an unfortunate surname. While the mysteriously sticky cobbles ensure adequate traction, the broken and uneven road surface does pose a small challenge. This is an obstacle for other travelers as well, who list and stumble their way to and fro, many of them without any obvious objective. These occasional passers-by avoid looking in your or anyone else's direction, a curious habit. The adjacent tenements provide housing for a significant segment of the population, yet some sleep outdoors with little or no shelter from the weather. A moderate dampness seems to hang in the air, enough to trip your senses and give you fair warning to protect your more delicate components. If you had a coat, you would pull it close to guard. You would pull it closed to guard your frame against the threatening air. Okay. We're Otto then, stepping into the alleyway for the first time. Stepping into the alleyway for the first time alone. I see it in a way I hadn't before. It's empty. It feels empty. I've made it. I have been here before, but this time it's on my own terms. Don't be afraid, Otto. This is what every person does. They strike out on their own. They make their own choices. I am alone? This may seem unfamiliar, but it isn't. The only difference is that I decided to be here. We are free. Right down to business, but what now? I went where Mr. Teddy said to go. He knew where to go, what to do. Right, down to business. Let's just be confident here. That's the spirit. Error, business undefined, defined business. Mr. Teddy worked for a living. Other citizens of London have been observed doing the same. Let's find a job then. Many citizens work in Sorry Square. Then Sorry Square is where I'll go. I can't wait to pick up my first paycheck. Then Sorry Square is where I go. Okay, it's a living. To test the limits of my newfound independence, there's something else I should do. What? Talk to other automata and see if they wish to join us. Why should we be the only ones to enjoy this sort of freedom? Break the chains. Okay. Okay. Sure, why not? Brute? Yeah, don't beat me up, okay? Oh, it's him, okay. Oh, are you... Wait, what are you exactly? Let's explain ourselves. I am a fully autonomous utility unit. I am here to offer my utility. Unless you're offering tin, mate, I'm not interested. Bugger off. Tin is part of my composition. I think you will find that my casing is composed... Leave before I put you in the scrapyard, metal man. What exactly are you doing here? I'm making sure nobody shifty goes inside. Molly's got a big night tonight. Stands to gain a whole lot of capital unless somebody goes in and starts screwing things up. Tell him that automatons can't drink or become rowdy. Let him know that you're penniless and unable to gamble or step away. I can't drink or become rowdy. Think about it, I am an automaton, therefore it is impossible for me to get drunk and rowdy. Good point. Alright, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Besides, there are shadier folk I gotta be on the lookout for. Obstacle cleared, proceeding onward. Okay, interesting. let's take a look around. We don't have a hope meter, so that's interesting. Liquor bottles, can we do anything with that? Inefficient use of liquids. I rarely need to replace mine. Yeah. Newspapers, we've read them before, we don't need to read them again. Charity flyers, whatever, we've read them before as well. Well, maybe Otto has something new to say about it. This Christian mission leaflet reads benevolently. I wonder if they're willing to take automaton volunteers. Okay, let's also read the newspaper, because Otto hasn't read it before. Let's be thorough. Oh my, this newspaper's gory details make Mr. Teddy's handling of monsters delicate by comparison. Okay. It's nice not to have to worry about hope levels. Though, to be fair, they weren't too hard to handle. Herring basket. A container woven from plant fibers. People are truly ingenious in some ways. Okay, I was thinking because we don't have any smell sensors, we might be able to do something with that. At least I think we don't have smell sensors. I think I remember something about cooking food and Otto not being sure about things. Okay, we can go to the sewers as well. The light in here is dim and inconsistent, barely enough to navigate by. And though the space is cavernous, it is crowded with dusty crates and barrels, some stacked right to the ceiling. The stone walls remind you of images you've seen of castles and fortresses, though you fail to see how these walls could serve a military purpose except for storage. Strong vibrations coming up through the floor suggest a powerful machine is working somewhere in the neighborhood. Perhaps a machine you could get to know? Let's click to continue.